Hello, fellow viewers and players, and welcome back to the AI President's Havoc of Erisia campaign. Last time we left off, the gang was leaving Summer Isle and heading right back to Erisia on a new quest.
Not to mention the prestigious promotion and drip Lord Rosen gifted me. Like seriously, look at Lionel, he's got that shit on.
I'm going to be honest, the new outfit looks horrendous. Why in God's name are you wearing 2 belts? Are your pants sagging that hard?
It's a fashion statement, Shabingus. Andrew would understand, but unfortunately he's gone off with Kim to who knows where.
Rest assured, Andreo and Chimera are still in the campaign. How about we get a recap of the last session? I believe it's your turn, Donald.
Oh, good Lord. You're really making me recap a 2.5-hour-long session. Well, fine, I'll grace you all with my retellings. So we started off with me showing off my absolutely stellar outfit, catching everyone's attention, before meeting up with Basil and Penny. We went to the mission hall where those two got their rewards, before I headed straight to the saloon to gloat about my glorious adventures to the others at Summer Isle. The other two went and shopped or whatever. I was too busy gathering crowds.
Right, since the previous session featured many different perspectives, I think it might be best if you both work together on this.
Alright, well after Penny and I went shopping, I was apprehended by Sia, my teacher. She took me to her laboratory where I delivered the blue cap samples. Turns out she's employed by Rosen as Summer's head alchemy expert, and she gave me a mission to find the true source of the blue caps in order to create a supply line for the company. I then went off to find Penny, where she was getting tormented and robbed inside of a restaurant by 2 ruffians.
Tell me you kicked their ass, Benny. Otherwise I'll send you straight to Alcatraz.
Well, luckily for me, we dealt with them together. She ended up pitying them and giving them some money anyways, just because of how broke they were. After that, we got some food and went right to the summer saloon, where Lionel was casually spreading misinformation.
Lies from the media. It was all 100% true, and you know it.
Coping mechanisms aside, we had a good time and had a long rest shortly after that.
A long rest where absolutely nothing happened at all.
Yes, and after that
I want to clarify that nothing out of the ordinary or anything with plot significance took place during that long rest.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, as I was saying, the rest of the gang had a little shopping montage before Lionel and I met up with Rosen, where we both got the briefing for our new quests at Erisia. It's apparently going to be a large-scale excursion, with many other summer grunts and allied forces joining the fray to conquer the island. We also got word of an item of interest, which is Rosen's old notebook, currently held by the Duke of Erisia as some sort of blackmail tactic. Lionel's been tasked with retrieving it by any means necessary.
I'll rip that book from the green-haired dork's cold, dead hands if it means I get promoted even further beyond.
Even further beyond? What are you? Goku?
Precisely. I'm like the Goku of capitalism.
Can we finish the recap, please?
Of course, not too much important stuff happened after that. I went straight to the docks where we said our farewells to Andreo, before heading to Lady Remington, the big beautiful vessel which will be transporting us right back to Erisia. Also, Penny bought a really big jacket for some reason, even though it's like 93 degrees outside. She's following along too, of course.
I think that pretty much covers everything that happened.
Not quite. Andreo's and Kim's part took up a lot of the session time. They even had their own subplots. You know, I'll send a quick text message to them and see if they'll pitch in with a quick recap of their own. Oh, neat. That was fast. Let's see what they sent. So, Andrew just sent a picture of his jawline with the words, "Snatched someone's shades and identity on my looks-maxed ultra-mogged Hyperborea black-pilled Sigma grind set."
Awful. The mere words compel me to shower.
Bold of you to assume you can still fit in one.
What was that, punk?
And Kim sent a picture of some bald guy. No clue who he's supposed to be.
Oh, I recognize him. He's a real American patriot. He works 9 whole jobs to support his family. We should all be more like him.
Geez, those two did not help the recap in the slightest.
If we're done recapping, then we only have the session to start, right?
Not quite. We have one little thing left. It's a person I know a lot of the audience has been missing. Would you mind entering the room, Joe?
Wait, Joe?
Ain't no way he woke up today.
What's poppin', fellas? It's time for... Hold on, just a second. Barack, where's all the ice cream you promised me?
Aw, shit. I totally forgot to buy that. Guys, I promised Joe to get some chocolate chip ice cream for his grand return, but I completely forgot when I was prepping for this session.
Worry not, Barackosaurus Rex.
Wow, that's a new one.
Fortunately, my Biden sensors told me you'd forgotten, so I brought a cooler box filled with chalky chip deliciousness with me to the sesh.
You couldn't plan speeches for shit, but made contingency plans for...
For ice cream, yes. Anything new?
Honestly, I'm just glad you're back with us at the table, Joe. We've got the whole squad back together now.
That's nice and all, but how's Joe going to be able to join? He was dead or something, right? Wherever he is now. He's not going to be close to us.
I had planned for that. This first moment of the session is going to be dedicated to Jackdaw and his return from the deep, so you two might have to wait a little before getting to your own parts. With all of that being said, are we ready to begin?
I'm ready to roll.
Absolutely.
It's about time.
All you've been able to hear for the past hours have been the transient waves of the ocean. The burgundy cloth of your ruined hakama rests on your back, as the cold breeze of the ocean sends a chill down your spine. Your legs and pants are completely drenched with seawater, your hands grasping at the rough sands to find some sort of leverage. As you wake from your slumber with eyelids sticky from salt, a very familiar scene takes place in front of you. A rocky beach with small rough white pebbles acting as sand, rising cliffs in the distance, and with pagodas rising even higher. A single cherry blossom flutters from a nearby tree, landing softly next to your face.
How long did I sleep? Where am I? I'll try to rise up to my feet, checking my surroundings.
As you do, the place gradually becomes more familiar to you, memories streaming back, the blooming scents, tranquil sounds of nature, and the beautiful architecture. You've arrived home at the Isle of Vigils.
Oh gosh, I feel like it's been years since I got to step foot here. I just wish Gary was here too. We fought for so long. I'll put my hand on my sheath with my thumb reaching up to the suba of my katana.
It truly is unfortunate, but death and sacrifice is a common occurrence in Lumen. Life is given and is eventually taken away. Gervasius fought valiantly, but his soul has been shredded forever, never to return. In game logic, his level was too low to pass on to the second layer. However, now that you're here, what would you like to do?
Well, I need to report back to Maestro about what has transpired. I should know where he is, right?
Yes. As a Vigil initiate, you have a decent clue as to where Maestro resides. He spends his time instructing students at the Temple of Blades. The trek from this rocky beach to the center of the island might take a while, but you know this place like the back of your hand.
Then let's proceed. I'll dust myself off and start to head up the island, following the cobblestone paths leading to the temple, whilst also keeping myself out of sight. I'd rather not talk to any other students right now.
Why not?
Because I've returned empty-handed. I've failed.
I see. Roll me a stealth check to constitute for your general sneakiness as you're journeying up the island.
That's a 12.
You begin to trek up the steep stone brick stairs of the island, walking for the most part out of sight from the other residents and finding refuge in the shadows of nearby trees and buildings. Only one other person notices you, a merchant carrying a wagon of wares, but as they see your disgruntled appearance and clear effort to stay out of sight, they avert their gaze willingly. Your journey continues at a gravel path before reaching a small stone bridge with wooden railings overlooking the now massive cliff you've hiked. The sky slowly turns a bleak light gray, with precipitation surely on the way, whilst you step into the nearby reed groves just at the edge of the massive cliffs. In the far distance, the main settlement of the isle begins to show itself, with beautifully carved red wooden buildings and black shingled roofs gathering in the distance. A stiff breeze blows past you, ruffling your already ragged attire.
I'm getting closer. Is there anyone outside that I recognize? Maybe I should roll for that. 21 on the perception roll.
You quickly check your surroundings. It seems to be empty for the most part. There are barely any students outside, and the few people you notice don't seem to be that familiar. Judging by the time of day when you woke up, it's probably lunchtime for most of the residents here.
Then I'm in the clear. I'd like to make my way to Maestro. I do know where he resides, right?
Of course. I did tell you that earlier. He's usually at the Temple of Blades, but considering it might be lunch, he might instead reside at the Etrian Shrine, a place you know he enjoys spending his free time at.
Then I'll head over to the shrine while still trying to keep myself discreet.
You proceed through the settlement, avoiding contact with most of the people, but still getting a few odd glances from the common folk as your clothing is thoroughly ruined, torn from slashes, and your robed pants are still dripping with seawater. By the looks of it, they'd believe you just returned from a battlefield, and they wouldn't be half wrong. Nobody stops to ask about you, except for one worried woman who looks to be in her 40s. You recognize her as Chiri Uzashi, a local tailoress residing at the Isle. She's quite short, only reaching up to your stomach.
Oh my goodness. Young man, what has happened to you? You look like a wreck.
I'll stop walking to look at her, trying to come up with an excuse. It's nothing, really. I had a training accident earlier. And when I was collecting water from the well, some prankster splashed water all over me.
Roll a deception check.
A 4 is not getting me anywhere.
Suspicious, she begins to poke at the lacerations on your hakama, circling you whilst inspecting the various cuts and rips.
Sharp cut here, brute forced here, there.
Thanks, but you really don't need to do this, Uzashi.
No, I must. Hold on, this is no accident. Big claws must have torn through here and wait, are you student Hashi?
Hashi? Oh, right, yes. I am Jackdaw Hashi.
She suddenly puts her hands on your chest with a joyous expression on her face.
You're getting a little handsy there.
Those wounds explain everything. Koji must be so glad to have his brother back.
I'll step away, distancing myself from her and throwing out another excuse while I try to continue ahead. Listen, I need to talk with Maestro first. It's classified, all of it. Pretend you never saw me.
Roll me another deception check.
A 6 this time. Not much better.
Chiri notices you lying straight through your teeth again as you continue on ahead. The tailoress attempts to speak, but she stops halfway, noticing that you clearly didn't want to discuss it. She stays, looking at you as a concerned expression grows on her face.
Dang, I feel so mean for doing that. But I can't have people knowing I failed.
Ignoring everyone else, you continue to jaunt towards the shrine where Maestro resides. Beautiful carvings mark the bark of dead trees lining the gravel path towards the shrine as a light drizzle begins to descend from the colorless skies. Small candles embedded into stone lanterns light your way towards the opening of the sanctuary. The floor is lined with blocks of polished stone, with a large dying cherry tree in the midst of the sanctum. In front of the withering timber stands a large statue, depicting a mythical warrior of immense strength. A man with black hair and graying strands is seen kneeling in front of it, with a cup of tea half drunk by his side. A single gilded chime is tied around his belt, clinking softly as raindrops make contact with it. The man's left eye is severely scarred, with large purple blotches from a poorly treated wound from long ago. His eyes remain closed with an expression of placidity upon his face. Sensing your presence, he responds,
Good afternoon, Hashi.
I'll kneel in complacence, awaiting his judgment.
Come now, there's no reason for you to be all the way over there. Here, seat yourself by my side.
Oh, sorry.
Kneeling down next to him, you take notice of his wizened gaze, staring up at the statue and the sky above it. Maestro picks up his mug and slurps the last of the tea. An awkward expression grows on his wrinkled face as he smacks his tongue from the ruined tea, before carefully placing it down again.
The weather's sure giving my tea some trouble. Although I don't mind a lukewarm drink, I think we could do splendidly with some sunshine again. What do you think, Hashi?
I don't mind the rain too much. It's quite soothing, to be honest. Who's the statue for?
The man depicted is Fujin Etrukoroshi, one of the Celestials and the progenitor of the Etrian race. Ancient legends proclaim he was the one to bring the art of swordsmanship to Lumen, and that his skill with the blade was elevated far beyond mortal or even godly standards. I do not blame you for not recognizing him. Knowledge of our origins appears to be fading generation after generation, and besides, it's not taught in the curriculum either.
Do you look up to him?
I believe I do. It may sound conceited, but when you've reached the mortal peak of swordsmanship, the only sources of inspiration left are legends and fairy tales.
I see.
But enough about me. The journey home must have been turbulent indeed. I could sense it the moment you stepped foot here, the stench of the depths.
Turning his head to you, the wise instructor glances at you with brows slightly raised and eyes full of emotion. You really cannot tell if he's sympathetic or thoroughly disappointed.
There are no excuses for my failure, Maestro. I accept whatever punishment I must endure.
Sheesh, enough of that.
What?
Do you recall your journey, the events that led to your death, and what proceeded thereafter?
Well, yes, I do.
Then please, tell me all about it.
I'll tell him all about the story, but I'll leave out my shadow casting heritage and cursed weapon.
Maestro stares at the floor in a state of profound thought, exhaling deeply. It appears your retellings have made him a bit emotional.
To think you've gone through such tribulations and sorrow for this mission? I'm amazed at your willpower. Not many your age have been sent to the depths and returned alive. I'm sorry for the loss of your close ally student. His path may have been misguided, but his heart was in the right place.
I know. I miss him too.
What really worries me is the presence of the Ministry. I was not aware they'd be at Erisia, and worse, hostile towards us. Dark days might be ahead for the Isles.
What do you know of them?
I know that they should be avoided at all costs, student. Although you may have defeated one high-ranking member, it is merely the tip of the iceberg of their true power. Steer clear if possible.
You realize he knows way more than he lets on, yet he must be withholding the information as to not alarm you.
I will heed your advice. But then what will become of me now?
Maestro raises an eyebrow in confoundment.
My punishment, I mean.
Failure has not reached you, Hashi. The mission is not over.
You think they're still alive?
No doubt about it. Trained scouts like Isake are disciplined to survive any tribulations that may come.
Gervasius told me that I should see things realistically. With the terrifying creatures native to Erisia, is it not too optimistic to believe he has long since perished?
My boy, listen closely. We are optimists. Not because we ignore the havoc of the world or the flaws of people. We are optimists because we can see past the muck and terror of our existence and live with brighter eyes and hearts more open. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do.
Putting a comforting hand on your shoulder, he smiles and heartily chuckles.
Then what are you waiting for? You have a mission to continue.
I'll stand up and bow with deep respect before him. Yes, teacher, I'll do my best.
You feel the cold air of the ocean breeze as the waves rock the vessel you're on like a crib. The aforementioned vessel is not one of modesty in the slightest. The heavy cruiser Lady Remington is equipped with several rows of high-powered cannons, enough to level a small island in a matter of seconds, a fitting weapon for the conquest of a new isle. As of now, all you can see are the very familiar distant rocks and mountain formations in the distance. The stench of algae and gunpowder permeate the air. Some of the ship's posse are meandering around, while others take note of the foreign landscape, as the stern Canorian captain screams out orders for the grunts and sailors to redirect the sails according to the direction of the wind. What are your characters doing?
At the helm next to the captain, I stand with my arms crossed, overlooking the crew while checking out the scenery.
I'll be leaning against the helm's mast, carefully cleaning my alchemical equipment and inspecting my potions.
I'll call out to Basil. Good thing I'm around, dear boy, otherwise you'd be scrubbing the decks as usual.
It was a one-time thing, Lionel.
And it was one time too many. I can't have my party acting like peasants when their leader is a king.
Geez, you're awfully humble today. By the way, are you keeping track of Penelope?
I don't know. Am I?
Lionel, it's a yes or no question.
All right, I get it. Barack, I'd like to roll a perception check to see where she's at.
Sure, go ahead.
That's a 14.
Yes, you do see Penny. Looking skyward, you spot her climbing on the halyards, trying to sneak up to the crow's nest on the main mast. The captain notices her about the same time you do, and he yells an order to her.
Hey, kid, let's go check for any ships while you're up there.
The young Felinor nods and eagerly climbs into the crow's nest, gazing over the ocean with a look of amazement in her eyes.
At least one mate's putting in some work.
Speaking of that, Captain, what's your name?
Captain Agilson.
Yes, Agilson, sir. The name's Basil. I've been meaning to ask, how come there are barely any sailors here?
Not turning his head, the disgruntled captain speaks with a frustrated tone.
We do have sailors, but we're running on the barest of minimums. High Command spread the experienced Navy thin across many ships for this operation.
I guess that's to be expected when we're capturing the island.
Perhaps, but it wouldn't kill them if they bothered to teach some of the grunts about basic ship work. We're lucky the unions know nothing, otherwise they'd rip our sorry asses open. Just look at them! What a sorry excuse of a navy! A flock of pigeons what they are.
Can't someone on the crew teach them? You know, like the sailors?
The captain throws his left hand up in dejection and sighs.
All exhausted. Can't blame them either. Summer Isle permanents, like the useless lot here, are all too acclimated with abject luxury and menial tasks at best. Some of these suckers have never been forced to work hard for a single paycheck in their lives. I can only pray you're uncontested on this island, lest the grunts suffer a rude awakening in the jaws of Erisia.
Ha, as if anything could stop the iron-barreled might of the company. What we may lack in planning and evaluation, we make up for with overwhelming firepower.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Remember that, mate.
Whatever you say, Cap. So, when do you think we'll be hitting the shores?
Agilson whips out his compass and map, holding the ship's wheel steady with his elbow as he inspects the route.
3 hours, give or take. Could be faster if the wind changes in our favor.
3 hours? Gods below, that's lethargic. Haven't we waited enough?
Well then, Goldilocks, if you want to pass the time, then how about you get those lazy fools to start scrubbing the decks? You're their superior, right?
Don't phrase it like that. He's gonna power trip so hard.
I didn't really think of it like that, but now that you mention it, being superior does sound quite nice.
I'll begin walking down from the helm and onto the decks, whistling to get everyone's attention.
Roll for performance.
Easy. That's a 22 on the check.
The sudden whistling splits through the air like a blade, instantly nabbing the spotlight as the lethargic crew turns to you.
Attention! What in the depths are you doing? You think this is some sort of cruise ship? This is a summer vessel. Grab a sponge and at least pretend to work, you lazy maggots.
Roll me a persuasion or intimidation check this time to convince the crew.
God damn it. The ominous feng shui of Sleepy Joe disrupted my chi and made me roll an 8.
Donald, it could just be bad luck too.
Yeah, and it was caused by the king of cream.
The crew does not seem to be entirely convinced. You hear some even scoff at the suggestion, not taking your authority seriously. They begin to whisper to each other, snickering silently as your order falls under deaf ears.
You think this is funny? Huh?
The retinue of summer grunts do indeed find it funny, and it seems your outrage has only fueled their mockery.
I'll show you something funny, all right? I'll grab my gun and fire it into the air.
Gods below! What's gotten into him?
Well, damn, that's one way to solve a problem. Roll for intimidation with advantage.
Still a little shitty with a 15, but that ought to scare them off.
It indeed does. The laughing posse suddenly turns silent, and you can even hear a girlish high-pitched scream from one of the men. Rattled, you see shaking legs and a sudden change in demeanor.
Is it still funny now? Exactly, that's what I thought. I want this deck spotless by the time we arrive. If it isn't, then I'll snitch to Rosen and have all of your paychecks cut in half.
What do we clean with?
Hey, Captain, where's the soap and scrubs?
Leftmost storage room!
You heard him. Go get the soap and make this cruiser spotless. Consider that an order.
Jackdaw, you've left the sanctum, revitalized by the positivity of your teacher. What would you like to do before eventually departing?
I'm gonna check my inventory. I might have some things I could sell. Oh, I do have these 3 rubies Gary and I found from that chest. Barack, could I sell those for some notes?
Absolutely. Even better, you know there's an antiquary gem collector quite close to where you are.
Oh, nice. Yes, I'd like to head over there and see if I can get a good deal.
Entering through the sliding door, you spot the shopkeeper, an old and very short man with frizzy gray hair, carefully cleaning a round gemstone. You personally know this man as Yamji Mutoshi, an elder well known for his expertise in geology. Behind the counter lies advanced-looking equipment, probably for carving, as well as large diamond-shaped gems of various colors behind glass. He gives you a cheerful smile and begins to speak.
Jackie, oh my, it's been some time, hasn't it? Last time you were here, you were giving me glass from the beach.
The man laughs heartily, scratching his nose.
Yep, time sure flies, Gramps. How's the wife?
Oh, Hannah's doing grand, my boy. In fact, she bought herself a brand new koi for the pond yesterday.
Sounds lovely, but I've come to sell something this time. Gemstones. I think they're rubies.
Ha! Oh, you never did truly change. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Picking them up, the man gives a careful and skeptical glance, feeling the surface and edges of the gemstones with his fingertips and thumb. He nods with confidence and smiles.
Never in my days would I believe you'd find an actual ruby. They're quite rough on the edges, but the quality is superb. A quick polish and they'll be beautiful. I'll give you 50 notes for each stone. Are you fine with this, Jackie boy?
Yes, sir. It's a deal.
Thank you for your business, Sonny. Looks like I've got some work to do on these.
You got it, Mudo. Have a good one.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Gonna have to fix up my armor. These rags aren't doing me any justice right now. Maybe I could take a quick trip to Cheery to see if she could fix me up.
Entering through another sliding door, the woman inside immediately turns around to meet you. Inside of the tailor shop, you spot several wooden mannequins, all with different measurements and body sizes, as well as fine silk stored neatly on shelves. As expected, Chiryuzashi waits at the ready, pushing her glasses up as you approach.
Oh my. Hello again, Hashi. Mind if I ask what that was all about? You know, our meeting earlier today.
Oh, yikes. And of course she starts with that. Scratching the back of my head, I respond, well, I might be able to tell you, but only if you grant me a discount on my next order.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's an 11.
Cheery hesitates for a moment, but the intrigue takes over. She goes along with the offer, leaning over the table as she prepares to listen.
If that's what it takes, then I'll play along.
It's a bit lengthy, just so you know. I'll tell her my story.
Stunned by the bluntness and sheer brutality of the story, the tailoress can't help but gawk at you.
You fought what?
I know. It sounds a bit far-fetched, but trust me when I say I'm not telling a single lie.
And your sword is cursed too.
Wait, hold on. Did I tell her that too, Barack?
You didn't really specify which parts to exclude this time, so I'm just doing what you said.
Well, this just became incredibly awkward.
Is this some kind of joke?
I am terminally unfunny, Cheery. I don't think I'm physically capable of telling a joke.
Then let me see it.
Sure. I'll slowly unsheath it with my thumb, showing just the stem of the blade.
It's as if the room is instantly covered in a dim darkness. The ominous crimson sheen of the whetted edge drips with unbridled power. The tailoress staggers backwards, amazed yet terrified.
I can't believe it. It's real.
Pretty much, yeah.
Besides its ghastly appearance, what's the cursed part about it?
It's got some sort of hunger. If my attack doesn't connect with an enemy, my own blood is drained instead.
How unnerving. I've only heard of cursed swords from fairy tales. You know, the story of the Umbral Knight and all of that. Usually those end with the noble warrior going mad.
What do you suppose I should do with it then?
She makes a wide gesture, shrugging.
Throw it into the ocean. Let it be forgotten lest it consumes you.
Not happening. The blood of my fallen ally lies within it. It'd be like desecrating his grave. Besides my memories, this blade is the only proof of him left.
Suddenly struck with guilt over the suggestion. Now remembering your story, the tailoress lowers her head in shame.
I apologize. I was just thinking of your well-being.
I don't mind it. You're the one thinking logically here. So about my garments, I think they need some patching. I was wondering if you could fix them up?
Yes, of course. I think you'll need some stronger fibers altogether if you're going to be in constant danger considering your, well, previous antics. Unfortunately, I cannot modify your existing hakama, so you'll have to get used to a new one.
That's all right. How much would it cost?
About 140 notes. It's made from widow silk, so expect high quality.
140. Luckily, I have that discount.
No, I did account for the reduced price.
Yikes. Well, that's pretty much all I got, but fair. I'll pay her the necessary notes.
Thank you. Now, I don't have too many widow silk hakamas at the ready, so the only color available is burgundy. Is that fine with you?
That's the color I was going to ask for anyways.
Perfect. Then I hope it fits you well.
I'm going to put it on.
With a change of clothes, the tailoress respectfully looking the other way as you do. Your new outfit fits you perfectly. The pristine quality of the silk gleams, reflecting light in a beautiful display. Equipping the widow silk hakama has granted you a +1 to your dexterity and increasing your AC by +2 when you're at full health.
Well, would you look at that? I have to say, burgundy is an excellent color on you. A very fine choice.
Oh, thanks. That's the first time I've heard that. Anyhow, I'll be taking my leave. I still have a mission to complete.
Then I bid you farewell, Hashi. I pray to those still above that your excursion may be swift.
Thank you. I vow to do my best. I'll bow politely and head out. Now that all of that is sorted, the only thing left is to head to the docks and get back to Erisia.
Descending from the peaks of the vigils and down towards water level, you turn right and enter the docks, a quaint little place with not too much commotion. A few schooners are docked, with diligent sailors unloading cargo branded with the crest of Etria. As you continue, you spot the shipwright, an Etrian man with sharp eyes, wearing a bandana and tough leather clothing with overalls and suspenders. He catches a glance of you, which makes him turn around in bewilderment.
Jackdaw, what in the blazes? How are you back without your boat? You're still supposed to be paying it off, you bozo.
So, funny story.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so unfortunately I couldn't bring the boat with me.
I've got a solution, pal. Try ringing this chime here. Also, my condolences to that bandit guy.
The shipwright hands you a small azure chime, connected via black string.
As a shipwright, we make vows to our vessels and bind them to charms to return them. You probably didn't read the contract, but upon loaning a ship, the vow is temporarily transferred to you.
No, I had no clue actually.
About what I expected. Of course there are some limitations. The vessel cannot contain any creatures on it, and it can only be returned if it has been untouched or unbothered for at least 2 days. Also, you gotta ring it over water, but I'm sure that's obvious.
Oh, cool. I'm pretty sure it fits all of those criteria. So let's try it out. I'll ring the bell over the empty docks here to return it.
You proceed, and the water below begins to bubble slightly. However, the object that returned does not appear to be your boat. It's instead a bunch of rotting planks and a white sail floating pathetically on the surface of the water. You can hear the shipwright behind you, pounding his fist into his open palm.
I don't remember my boat looking like that.
You've got some splaining to do.
Listen, I had no idea it got thrashed while I was dead. How could I have known or prevented that?
Have you tried not dying?
That's easier said than done.
Then how about you pay up? A fine sloop like this could run you 180 notes, at minimum.
I'm afraid I don't have that kind of money, sir.
The shipwright grunts, crossing his arms.
Then I'm making sure you're paying that back. Until then, you're not loaning a single goddamned vessel from me. Understood?
But wait, I have to get back to Erisia to finish my mission.
Really now?
I mean, yeah, it's a task from Maestro.
The shipwright climbs onto a nearby ladder resting upon a wall and looks over the horizon.
Erisia ain't too far away, kiddo. On an unrelated note, are you cold?
Kind of?
Then how about you warm yourself up with a swim?
Jackdaw, roll a dexterity save.
Oh, crap. Oh, shucks. That's a natural 1.
Jackdaw is caught lacking and is promptly kicked down into the water by the nettled shipwright, catching a mouthful of seawater on the way.
Best of luck, you little cheapskate. Make sure to bring back enough money to pay your shit off.
Yuck. Fine. I'll swim to the shores of Erisia if I have to.
Land ahoy!
'Twas about time. Benedict, was it?
Basil.
Close enough. Go ahead and tell Goldilocks to get his shite in order. Judging by our distance, we'll be touching shores in 5.
Understood. I'll begin to walk down from the helm, treading onto the deck.
That's right. Make sure to get every little spot.
Man, this sucks. I want to go home.
Lionel, we'll arrive at the shores very soon. Do you have all your belongings?
Dear boy, the only thing I need is my revolver.
Right, I should have expected that.
What about your stuff? You got your little baby's first chemistry set all packed up?
If that's what you want to call it, sure. Everything's packed, except we're missing Penelope.
I'll take care of that. Cupping my hands around my mouth, I yell to her, Penny, hop on down. We're about to touch the shoreline.
Righto.
Stepping out from the crow's nest, Penelope plunges to the halyards and swings her way down to the deck, landing perfectly with a skid as she shakes her hair away from her eyes. Land approaches hastily, and you all edge closer to the railings of the cruiser. A similar, although smaller, cruiser is seen docked close to the sands. The lush greenery and the sandy shores are ever familiar, with the monumental stone gate still being upheld by the same golem-like statues, as if nothing's changed.
You ready, dear boy?
You're the one who should be getting ready. Or, do you need a reminder as to how it went last time?
This time it'll be different.
What are you talking about?
We're getting ready to leap. What's it look like?
It's how we departed last time.
Ooh, alrighty then.
Arching her back, Penelope's poised like a tiger ready to leap at a moment's notice. Seeing you all stance to jump, the confused captain roars out.
Oi, what's the matter with ya? Imitating frogs or something? We're going to throw down the anchors here anyway.
I think we'd do great with a head start.
All right. Fine. Just try not to embarrass yourselves.
Steering you closer, the white foam of the waves begin to splash upwards onto the deck. But in the havoc, you all find a perfect moment to jump. Everyone, roll for acrobatics.
Don't fail me, Dice. You cannot be serious. I got a 4.
Dude, I got even worse. I rolled a 3.
At least there's some solace in my failure, and it's that there's someone shittier than me.
Penelope rolled a 23. As the party collectively jumps, both Basil and Lionel accidentally trip and fall headfirst into the shallows in a pathetic display, taking 1 bludgeoning damage each. Penelope, on the other hand, lands gracefully on the decently dry sands, even making a full flip and landing like an Olympic gymnast.
Yippee, that was so fun. Right, guys? Guys?
Looking over her shoulder, she sees the both of you completely soaked.
Oh no, do you need any help?
We're fine.
Basil and Lionel, you both hear snickering from the cruiser as it passes by, with the captain groaning loudly.
For God's sake, what did I tell ya?
Those damn goons must have used lube instead of soap. That's the only explanation.
Lionel, maybe we're just bad.
Dearhead, please, shut the fuck up. Let me cope.
So, are you ever going to get up or...
Oh, right. I'll bring myself to my feet to walk to shore as I try to wring all the seawater out from my cloak.
I should do the same.
The Lady Remington slows down as the sails are furled by the few competent sailors on the ship. An anchor is tossed down, crashing into the sea and securing the ship's position. You hear distant mumbling of the captain giving the grunts a rundown of the operation, but it's nothing you can decipher.
How about we go a bit further inland before the others catch up?
Fine by me. It just feels like we're missing something.
Didn't you say you only needed your gun?
I did, but hey, whatever.
Maybe you're missing a cool entrance? Perhaps we could ask the captain really nicely to back the boat up and let you redo the jump.
Bless your heart, Penny, but that's ridiculous. Let's just go. We're wasting time here. I'll begin to walk, urging them to follow my lead through the entrance.
All right, then.
The three of you pass through the stone gate and witness a familiar sight, a place which once filled your bodies with a sense of curiosity, now feels ever nostalgic. There is a path to the left, leading to a perilous cave rich in iron and pools of acid, while the path forwards over the short cliffs leads to an old ruined building, where a perilous battle between bandits and the party was fought.
Feels like we're back at home.
Well, technically, I live here.
Oh, right, we did find you here. Hey, Penny, do you by any chance know where to find the Duke of Erisia?
She scratches her noggin in thought, peering skyward before shaking her head.
No. Sorry, I don't really remember a lot before the drift.
Worth a shot.
Perhaps we should explore past the bandit camp? That's pretty much the furthest point we reached before heading to summer.
Didn't we reach it after going into the cave? That's gotta be impossible at this point. The whole thing's collapsed.
Nah, we can just take the derelict building route and continue on ahead. Also, the cave didn't collapse, it was a minor rock slide. Whatever. We won't be taking that route anyways.
Well, then we better get walking. You coming along, Penny?
Yup, let's go.
And so the party travels the old path, traversing the rough terrain with relative ease now, as well as seeing the beautiful sights of the ocean once again, although now much muggier than before. Traversing up the old blackened staircase, now slippery from the rain, you spot the same old ruined stone building from your first trip at the top, once again just a couple loose bricks from collapsing. You hear a strange commotion inside.
I don't care if there's any bandits in there. I'm pretty sure we can just stat check them at this point.
I would usually call you out for being overconfident, but I honestly agree.
I still think we should be a little careful, though. It might not be bandits, but it could be something a lot scarier.
Good point. Let's just check the entrance before we come waltzing in.
You carefully approach the building and peer into the ruined entrance. Luckily, you appear to be in good company. Summer grunts clad in black coats wander around, appearing almost lost, as a young man with autumnal hair and a tired exterior appears to be lecturing a few of the men. Atop his head you spot large, almost bat-like ears, pairing with regular human ones. His voice is incredibly monotone, as if he's been doing this for hours.
Listen, you need to strike the flint at the edges, otherwise there won't be a spark.
This is stupid. Bartholomew is a flame charmer. Can't he just light the fires?
Actually true, though.
Yes, true. Sure, but what if Bartholomew is fatally injured, and the rest of your squadron is left without a way to prepare food or drinkable water?
Bold of you to assume I'll even get close to death, bad boy. We'll have this whole island cleared before dinner.
He facepalms and sighs loudly, the bags under those yellowing eyes growing darker. His plate armor rattles with his movements, and he curses something from under his breath before turning to look at the entrance, now noticing the group of you.
Hold it.
Equipping his lance, the man slowly walks towards the entrance with narrowing eyes, or until he sees Lionel.
Wait, are you?
Apologies, young man. Rude of me not to introduce myself. The name's Lionel Scarson, left hand of Rosen.
His ears perk up at the name, and he inquisitively raises an eyebrow in response.
Yes, I know I'm supposed to call him Lord Rosen, but he lets me address him without the fanciness. You know he's chill like that.
He seems skeptical at the claim, but relents, choosing not to interject. The bat-eared man leans his lance against a nearby wall and extends his hand, preparing to greet you.
A left hand, eh? Good to know other agents are present. I'm Petro Barbas. Pleased to meet you.
I remember that name. I'll shake his hand. He seems like a good, trustworthy summer patriot. Rosen sends his regards. He told me a little about you, and also something about cleaning your lance.
Huh? Really?
Picking up his weapon, a large, imposing gun lance of summer design, he brings out a stained cloth from his pack and begins to meticulously clean it.
Although I've got to ask, Mr. Barbas, what is it that you're doing here?
I was supposed to be here on a mission solo, currently classified. but Lord Rosen had a pretty drastic change of mind. It's quite uncharacteristic of him. The Lord usually keeps a level head. In any case, I've been tasked with teaching these Isle permanents the basics, but they've been rather cantankerous.
Can of what?
It means difficult.
Yeah, I knew that.
Sure.
So what? The new grunts think they've got it all figured out already?
Pretty much, yeah.
Petro points with his thumb towards the new group, who aren't even paying attention, just chatting and appearing generally bored.
I have other orders to fulfill, but I can't let these imbecile rookies wander freely in good faith. Since the ever-thoughtful Lord Rosen has tasked me to keep them in line, I'd prefer them to return alive, if possible.
They seem like a handful. I'd usually take initiative to yell at them, but I've been doing that enough today.
I see. What about the rest of your party?
He steps past Lionel, taking a gander at the two other members. Petro first approaches Basil, looking the alchemist up and down as if sizing him up, before extending his hand to greet him.
I suppose you're Mr. Scarson's personal alchemist. The name's Petro Barbas.
I'm Basil, and no, I'm here on my own mission.
Yes, Mr.
Oh,
Barbas, this is my personal alchemist and supplies carrier. I've heard he has a name, but I prefer to call him Dear Boy.
That's, interesting. And what about you?
Looking past Basil's shoulder, he glances at Penelope, who's awfully quiet. Petro squats slightly to meet her height, but her eyes seemingly dart to the side, trying to avoid him.
It's Penelope, mister.
Pleasure to meet you. What role do you serve in Lionel's party?
I guess I'm a scout and a stabby stabber. I'm just tagging along, really. Hee hee.
You're a peculiar one. Well then, I suppose I shouldn't hound you any longer. Be on your merry way, Scarson. May your aim be steady.
It shall. Best of luck to you and whatever you're doing out here.
Petro quickly nods and turns around, clearing his throat to get the grunt's attention, and continuing his lessons.
Follow along, peeps. Let's get moving. And we'll trek further into these lands.
Fine.
You all walk through the exit of the derelict building, taking an unfamiliar path. Weak drops of rain drizzle softly onto the terrain, and the towering landscape grows ever imposing as you travel.
I want to talk about something, Lionel.
About what?
About the shit you pulled when I was introducing myself. Do you really think interrupting me makes you seem superior?
What, you really got peeved over that? It was just a joke, dear boy. It's an endearing name. Besides, I think the explanation helped.
Are you fucking delusional? I'm not your personal alchemist. And no, it's not endearing, it's repetitive. Because my name isn't Dear Boy, it's Basil. Basil Nildra. Say it right.
Damn, where'd this all come from? You used to be cool with it.
I was cool with it before, but it's become annoying. You only act like this when you need to suck up to others or make yourself look better. And it's blatantly obvious. Don't you think they find it pathetic too? And that they just don't tell you out of fear or apathy?
That's it. Do you need a reminder as to who's the leader here? I outrank and outclass you, and I personally order you to stop being a little whiny bitch.
As if being promoted from ass-kisser to bootlicker gives you the authority to silence me. I will not tolerate—
Guys! Can you stop arguing? It's making me scared.
Yeah.
We didn't really mean to.
Sorry.
You know.
We're continuing this later, Lionel.
Fine, I get it. I'll tune it down. But I'm not doing it since you asked me to, okay?
Good. Let's just keep going.
Your trek continues through Erisia. To your left, you all spot a shabby gate made from driftwood and salvaged planks, leading into a settlement. You all recognize it as the bandit camp, where all hell once broke loose.
Y'all think it's worth exploring this junk?
I mean, possibly. They had a lot of supplies. Remember those health potions they kept in that crate?
Maybe they've got more ingredients you could make your little potions out of.
Or cool stuff to steal.
Then we're all in agreement. Let's head in.
Entering through the shabby gate, the place seems completely dead, empty. Massive stone bricks from the bridge above lay in the middle, squashing several houses. There is a faint smell of gore in the air, from a battle hard fought.
Funny. You'd think the rain would have washed it all away by now.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting when you really think about it. I'm very glad I didn't try drinking that potion myself.
You're pretty damn lucky it managed to kill him too. Anyways, back to the point. Let's get some perception checks rolling and see what we can find here.
Are you all rolling?
Are you gonna roll, Ben?
I'll pitch in.
11.
A 6 from me.
Penelope rolled a dirty 20.
Wow, she's really on a roll today.
The two of you inspect the area at surface level, taking note of the lack of life and the horrid smell. Although Penelope notices something completely different, and the large ears atop her head adjust, receiving an odd sound.
Hold on, do you guys hear that?
Hear what, exactly?
I'm not sure, but it sounds sort of like digging, like a mouse roughing up the ground, except like a really, really big one.
Someone's got to check her for schizophrenia.
A big mouse? Where's the sound coming from, Penny?
From the top of the big pile of rocks. I'm gonna check it out.
Hold on.
Without any warning, Penelope instantly rushes to investigate the rubble, carelessly climbing to the top.
Damn it, dear. Basil, why didn't you try to stop her? She's gonna find a way to hurt herself.
I think she's got this under control.
Wait, what's this thing? Is that rock moving? Eek!
She stumbles backwards from surprise and falls, rolling down to the ground and taking 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
What'd I tell you? Go check on her. It's your responsibility now.
You all right, Penny?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, but there's a little thing up there. It's alive, I think.
The strange being on the top of the pile turns around and makes itself known. A small being, barely 4 foot tall, made from rounded rough stones, with shining white eyes and a glowing core inside of its chest. It hums strange noises which resemble words.
What in the actual depths is that thing? Some sort of rock monster?
The being fizzles from some sort of strange static, going completely limp, with its eyes and core darkening. It then appears to reboot, with its visage being filled with a lime green light. It seems to carry itself with a little more dignity, performing a slight bow before speaking in a muffled and unclear way, but now in common.
Well, what have we here? Marauders, ransacking the beautiful natural troves of the Duke's Isle? Or perhaps you're pathfinders, those who stick their noses into matters they needn't interfere with?
We're neither, you inanimate punk. We represent the Summer Company, and this entire island will soon be our real estate.
The golem appears stunned for a moment, before bursting into uproarious laughter, which sounds like it's been honed for years.
The Summer Company? Really? What? Was oppressing the working class getting stale, to the point where you've resorted to colonialism? That gunsmith's only growing more deranged by the year.
And who you supposed to be? The Duke?
Oh, no. I'm not the Duke. Not in the slightest, Blondie. The real Duke's a lot more handsome than this Stone Spark creation. I merely carry his voice as to warn you intruders to stay well away from here. If you're wise, you will leave these lands at once.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, we refuse. I've got business to finish with the Duke.
As you utter this sentence, 3 more stone spark golems appear, breaking out from houses and other piles of rubble. Surrounding the party, they all glare at you with cold, lifeless eyes.
Very well then. Our mission has already been completed, so we might as well go all out. If you insist on intruding, then we'll happily show you the way out.
Ha ha! The Trumpster got a natural 20.
A 7 from me. Not great.
Not looking good here either. Penelope rolled a natural 1. The green-eyed stone spark rolled a 13, and the other 3 are treated as one group with a collective roll of 6. Lionel, how will you start the battle?
I'm starting off strong by first using my lock on talent onto the green-eyed one as a bonus action, and then using my new Death and Taxes mantra, firing all bullets onto it.
A 21-23, another 23, and a natural 20. I make the best attack rolls, we all know it. Ask any guy, and he'll tell you how good I am at rolling. Now let's check the damage.
Oh, you cannot be serious. A 1, 1, 2, and a 1, which turns into a 2 from the critical hit. All these god-tier hit rolls for the most awful damage imaginable, which is a measly 6 piercing.
Actually, because of the stone spark's passive talent, Stone Skin, it takes 1 less damage from each instance of piercing or slashing damage. So it actually only takes 2 piercing damage in total. From now on, when you announce damage, take the damage reduction into account.
Damn it. Well, thankfully, because of the second effect of my mantra, I can make a free main hand attack boosted by my base charisma stat.
Now that's more like it. An 18 to hit and 12 piercing damage.
Lionel fans the hammer of his revolver and unleashes a barrage which all hit, but seem to have little to no effect as the bullets seemingly just bounce off. His final shot, however, seems to crack the rocky shell of the creature, and it lashes out angrily. The green-eyed stone spark takes its turn and rapidly approaches Lionel, rushing to swing twice with its club-like fists. It rolled a 12 and an 11, so both miss. Lionel easily dodges the primitive assault, and the turn passes to Basil.
Very well. If Lionel and Penelope can handle the ones on the west, I'll take out the ones on the east and north. I'll begin by equipping my new greatsword and rushing to the eastmost stone spark to perform a main hand attack to crush its rocky armor. A 16 to hit and 13 slashing damage. Does that land, by the way?
It just barely does, yes.
All right, and after that, I'll instantly cast my lightning beam with my other hand towards it and chain the beam to the northern one as well. My luck's really turning around. That's a natural 20 and a 17, dealing 12 lightning damage to the first one and 5 to the second.
Nice work. The easternmost stone spark seems to have taken a severe beating from the assault, and the white glowing eyes briefly flicker as it suffers a nasty shock. Now the stone sparks have their turn. The northern and eastern one both flock to Basil, leaping towards him whilst lobbing heavy punches. Out of the 4 attacks, 2 connect, dealing 8 bludgeoning damage in total, as Basil's caught by surprise and is severely bruised. The western one goes for Lionel, attempting to strike him twice. That's a 22 and a natural 20, dealing 11 bludgeoning damage in total.
Arg, that little shit got a cheap shot.
For Penelope's turn, she's first going to use the low sweep kick mantra as a bonus action towards the one that struck Lionel. She got a 26 to hit, dealing 6 bludgeoning damage and knocking it prone. After that, she'll use Dust Lunge and attempt to stab it in the core with her wailing knife. A 17 to hit and 7 piercing damage, moderately damaging it. The turn order's back to Lionel.
All right then, I'll cast Flame Repulsion to damage the 2 stone sparks next to me.
Are you serious? Penny's in your AoE range. You're gonna hurt her.
You don't think she can succeed a DC 14 acrobatics save with 20 dexterity? You're really underestimating her. Besides, all damage I deal to allies is halved anyways. Obama, I'm gonna cast it. Tell me if they fail the saves.
Sure. A 1 and a 3 on their acrobatic saves.
Haha, sick, I rolled max damage, which is 12 fire damage.
Yeah, except Penelope rolled a 13 and failed the save, so she takes damage too, which is reduced to 6 by Lionel's Canor passive, Loyalty. As the gunslinger begins to glow with a fiery aura, Penelope is caught by surprise and is unable to avoid the searing blast, squealing a little as she feels the burn from the expulsion of flames.
What did I tell you?
Damn it, Penny, why didn't you just dodge? You saw it coming.
Sorry. I'll do better.
Anything else you want to do for your turn?
I'm gonna use my Produce Spark talent against the green-eyed one, I guess, and that'll be all.
Are we even sure these creatures can burn? They're made out of rocks.
I guess we're about to find out. Beautiful. That's a 23 to hit. Does it work?
Surprisingly, it does. The flames gnaw on the green-eyed stone spark's core, charring it. Speaking of that, the green-eyed stone spark takes their turn now. Before it attacks, it receives 2 fire damage from the burning status effect. In a blazing rage, it uses its Symphony, Heavy Punch, targeting Penelope. An 18 to hit. It reels its fist backwards and delivers a deadly punch towards the Felinor, dealing 10 bludgeoning damage and knocking her 5 feet backwards.
Penny!
Cowards. Of all people, they target the kid.
It continues and goes in for a regular attack against Penelope as a bonus action. A 10 to hit, which misses, rushing in to bludgeon her further. Penelope quickly steps backwards and outpaces the attack. It's now Basil's turn.
I'll first use my weapon Symphony, Vital Jab, against the stone spark east of me as a reaction to damage it. 21 to hit and 7 bludgeoning damage. And because it succeeded, my next main hand attack gains +4 hit rate, which I will now commence. 23 to hit and 15 slashing damage.
That's enough to kill it. How do you want to do it?
First, my jab connects with its rocky skull, disorienting it before stabbing and impaling it right through the core with my greatsword, lifting the creature into the air and throwing it away to the wayside.
Nice. Now the other stone sparks have their turn.
Not yet. I'll walk to Penny and heal her.
That'll risk an attack of opportunity. Are you sure?
It's completely within my calculations, yes.
The northern stone spark rolled a 21 to hit and deals 5 bludgeoning damage as it strikes Basil's hip.
Nothing to worry about. I'll grab a rejuvenating salve from my pack, activate my placebo effect talent, and apply it to myself to heal Penelope. 4 HP +1 from my locket to the both of us. Not too great, but not terrible either. This also triggers my apothecary talent, increasing my hit rate by 2 on my next attack. And with that, I end my turn.
The stone sparks continue their assault. The western one rises to its feet and goes for Lionel, using the Heavy Punch Symphony.
Nope, I don't think so. I use my reaction and final 2 mantra slots to vent.
A wise choice. This negates the Stone Spark Symphony and any attacking options it has for the rest of its turn, as well as knocking it and all other creatures in your melee range 5 feet back.
That's awesome. I should do this more often.
The northern Stone Spark moves south, also using the Heavy Punch Symphony, this time onto Basil. An 11 to hit, which misses. As for its regular attack, a natural 20 to hit, dealing 10 bludgeoning damage. Basil manages to avoid the first heavy slug of the Stone Spark, but is caught off guard and punched right in the gut from the second, staggering backwards,
Ah, gods below. They're getting pretty lucky with these hits.
It's now Penelope's turn. She moves slightly to the west and attacks the western stone spark with another low sweep kick mantra. Good lord, the rolls you people are getting today are insane. That's another natural 20, dealing 10 bludgeoning damage and knocking the stone spark prone as the breakneck speed of her technique and the ferocity in her soul shatters its leg completely. She then goes in to dust lunge it as her main action, a 17 to hit and 11 piercing damage, which is enough to kill it. She plunges her wailing knife into the rocky creature's core, ripping it out and stabbing several more times, destroying it for good as the light that once emanated from its eyes and core crackle and fade away.
It's about time she got one of them down.
Just try to not set her on fire next time.
Touché.
The turn order's back to Lionel.
I know the green-eyed one is low, but I want to save it for last. I'll target the eastern one, apply my lock-in talent, and then use death and taxes on it. 17, 27, 18, and a 16. All those connect, dealing 12 minus 4 damage, and then I get my free main hand attack.
Sweet mother of God, that's 19 plus 3 piercing damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You genuinely just did 80% of its health with one mantra. It's legit at 1 HP remaining.
You should have never given me this thing, but boy am I glad you did.
Basil watches his stone spark suddenly get peppered into oblivion, losing its head from the final shot, yet still holding on, if barely.
Good grief.
Hey, don't sweat it, buddy. There's still a little left for you.
The green-eyed stone spark switches targets and goes to attack Basil as a final effort. That's a 21 and a natural 1. The first hit connects, crashing into Basil's shin, dealing 3 bludgeoning damage and almost bringing him to unconsciousness. But the second hit is parried and countered by the deer-horned alchemist, dealing 3 slashing damage back in retaliation. It's now Basil's turn.
I'm so sick of these things. I'll main hand attack the headless one and just bring it down. 19 to hit and 7 slashing damage. That should be enough. As for how I do it, I just poke it with my greatsword, tipping it over and making it crash into 1,000 pieces.
A fitting end. Now it's Penelope's turn. She rushes in and attacks the final enemy with her dagger twice. 24 and 18, both hit, dealing 10 damage total. The green-eyed golem falls backwards, living on only a sliver of HP. However, it appears to be unable to fight, and with that, the combat is effectively over.
Everyone, move aside. I'd like to get a word in with this talkative rock.
It's all yours.
Yup. I've had enough of playing with pebbles today.
I want to pick this thing up and interrogate it.
You proceed, and to no one's surprise, it's incredibly heavy. Its entire body is wrought from pure stone. Roll an athletics check to see if you can hold on to it.
Looking back at things, this might have been a mistake. The dice are rigged, but I'm not even mad. That's a natural 1.
The Kenor gunslinger attempts to lift the creature of stone, but fails, not even lifting it an inch over the ground.
Careful, old man. You'll hurt your back lifting like that.
I'm only 36, you slate-colored son of a bitch. I'm still in my prime.
Lionel feels a sudden pain shooting from his back, as a disc is violently misplaced, receiving 3 piercing damage.
What did I tell you?
All right, enough of this. Barack, I'll just interrogate it the normal way. I want to ask it, where does the Duke reside? Wow, terrible. That's a 7 on my persuasion.
The creature simply stares, with its fading green eyes flickering as it retorts.
At your mother's abode.
Oh, you think you're being so clever, huh? Tell me where the Duke resides, or I will grind you down and use you to pave the company's brick roads. Ha ha ha, that's a 23 on my intimidation.
The voice within the creature seems mildly impressed, and you hear faint clapping noises.
Oh, now that's a good one. That's real good. I might use that one in the future. But unfortunately for you, I do not care. These creatures serve as mere roadblocks. My life is not in peril.
Then who are you really? The voice, I mean.
Better question. Who looks like a prick, talks like a prick, and is currently standing right next to an improvised explosive?
What?
Roaring laughter echoes from the creature as it self-destructs, forcing Lionel to make an acrobatic save.
17 on the acrobatics.
Lionel manages to throw himself away in the nick of time, avoiding the damage as the creature erupts into a massive white blast, leaving nothing behind except a smoking crater.
He really thought he could sneak me like that. Despicable.
That battle was way harder than I expected, and we still have this whole place to loot.
I think we should take a little breather before doing anything. I'm really tired.
That does sound good. Let's take a short rest before continuing.
Good work, everyone. After this encounter, I think you're all finally legible for a level up. This will bring you on par with Joe's character.
On par?
You mean to tell me he's higher level than us? What the hell, Brosacco Chungus? I thought we were friends.
How do y'all keep coming up with these names?
Well, that really begs the question. What's Joe been fighting to make him stronger than us?
You continuously wade through the cold waters, gliding through the waves as rainfall descends from above. After what has felt like an eternity, your legs finally manage to touch something solid, the gravelly sands of the shore. As you tread the last portion up to the sands, a wave of exhaustion hits you, and you fall down to your knees. Add 1 exhaustion stack to your sheet, Joe.
All right. Man, I can't believe I managed to swim all the way here. And what's worse, how will I ever get back? Never mind. I'll have to think about that later when the time comes. I'll raise my head a little and bring myself back up, checking out the scenery. I don't know if it was necessary, but I rolled a perception check for it, which I got a 17 on.
I'd say the roll helped a little. In front of you lies the imposing stone gate of Erisia, which the shore seems to funnel into. Now that you're paying close attention to it, the island is a lot larger than you thought, with peaks reaching so high into the sky they seemingly pierce the clouds. Small patches of grass and moss and rocky precipices appear scattered along the narrow shoreline, and just at the edge of it lie massive ships painted black with tar, loaded with cannons, and with sails furled.
Looks like I won't be alone. I'll begin to walk through the entrance, making my way back to where I once died.
You proceed, and familiar scenery reveals itself, a place which once filled you with wonder. To your left lies the entrance to a perilous acid cave, and forwards by ledges and cliff walls, an acute sense of belonging begins to boil within you.
Let me think. The way past the bandit settlement thing was the tower or something, lands? Which I think was the way I was supposed to go. But to get to the bandit town, we first went through that cave. I know it was a little dangerous, but it couldn't have been that bad. Guess I'm taking the acid cave route. I'll begin to head towards it.
Very well. As you strut through the wet grass and to the entrance of the cave, you hear a faint whisper and cloth smacking against something. Roll me a quick perception check.
That's a 9. Yikes. Guess it must have been my imagination.
You continue, believing it to be a product of the wind, but it is in fact very real. A distinct mechanical click is heard from behind. Several, actually. As you turn around, a unit of 3 men clad in black fashionable trench coats stand ready, holding flintlock pistols aimed right at you. Their arms are steady, and their faces barely visible through the downpour. One of them begins to yell, calling out to you.
Oi! Where do you think you're going, bud? Under Lord Gunsmith Rosen's jurisdiction, this island hereby belongs to the Summer Company.
That includes that grotto you're so carelessly walking into.
Worry not. I arrive as an ally. I'm a friend to someone who works with you all. His name's Lionel Scarson. Ever heard of him?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, since that's a very specific member that an outsider would probably not know.
About what I expected. That's a 4 on the roll.
Sure you do, pal. If you're wise, then you'll turn around and forget all about this isle. Capiche?
I'm afraid I can't do that. I have matters to attend to here.
The tension grows, and a stiff breeze blows past you, turning the direction of the rain. The grunts don't seem bothered by your answer. A few of them even get excited.
Good answer. You see, we've run all out of target dummies, but you could make for a decent replacement.
I turn around, gently grabbing the handle of my katana. Please don't force me to do this.
Are you rolling for anything?
I'll try intimidation, but I'm not expecting anything good. I called it. That's a natural 1.
Indeed, the grunts do not take your vague threats seriously. A shot is fired, whizzing right past your head, hitting the hard lip of the cave entrance. Your ear rings from the close shot, as the summer grunts begin to snicker. They're taunting you, trying to ruse you into combat.
Fine then. If it's a battle they seek, it's a battle they'll get. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Good day, chums. You know what time it is? That's right, it's time for donations. Without any further ado, let's begin with Fowler Adam, who donated 4,000 Hungarian forint, or about $12 according to Google. His comment reads, "Hey man, banger episode as always. I am so happy the GOAT is back. Again, I had to manually check for the upload. Also, I just realized, did you self-insert with Squibbo? I would like to ask, will we follow all 3 parties throughout their adventures? About the checking for uploads thing. Yes, my bad for that. I believe I might have mentioned it last episode, but because of my god-awful upload schedule, my videos aren't always recommended to my viewers. You can try ringing the notification bell to see if that helps. As for being a self-insert, well, no, I'm not supposed to be one, but y'all seem to be enjoying my presence, so I'll keep being the channel mascot until you get tired of me. And yes, you will get to see all different party perspectives. Even Kim and Andrew will get their part, which I'm planning something extra special for. Thanks again for donating. You're a persistent fan. Next one's from Euxus420, who donated a solid $10. And they said, thank you for making this series. I will keep watching as long as you keep uploading. Never Jova. You're absolutely right. It's not Jova until the series is done and dusted. Thanks for the donation. You can be sure I'll keep uploading until it's done for real. Here comes Joshua Bennett with another crisp $10. A very persistent commenter and avid Havoc of Erisia watcher. They posted a timestamp and said 5116. Everybody knows where that nickname came from. I'm officially canon. No, actually, I have no idea you made a nickname. The timestamp in question is the part where Lionel makes up a bunch of stuff I said to impress some dudes at the saloon. On second thought, I might have to revoke his Squigger pass if he keeps running his mouth like that. Josh, if you can, please link or comment the session name where you made the name, because I genuinely have no clue. But ignoring all that, thank you for your support. Next up is Albert Chin, with a heart emoji and a gracious $5. Not a lot to comment on here, but pictures, or emojis in this case, paint 1,000 words, so that's enough for me. Thank you for your continuous support, and have an amazing day. And finally, we have Assault Wyvern Gaming coming in hot with a $5 package, commenting, all my homies love Squibbo. This is true. I visited all of Assault Wyvern Gaming's homies, and after some interrogation and cartel techniques, I can safely say they all love me. Thanks for the $5 Renos, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And those were all the donations for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and of course, here's the donator leaderboard. Have a great day or night.